So welcome everyone to this short webinar on data analytics. So I was asking some of you, like, what do you do currently and what were you doing? Maybe in case you are on a break or something like that. So I want to take a quick poll and then I will continue my discussion from there. So I'm going to ask this poll to you. So do you see this poll in front of you?
Yep.
Okay, very good. If you don't mind, can you please answer the question? Okay. Okay, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8. We have some more people. Okay. Just another few seconds. Okay, I think I got about 12 out of 12. Others are not kind of participating. Okay, 12, 13. Okay, I think I can stop here. And I think it's interesting data for me as well. And I can share the poll results with you guys as well, which is generally what I expect. So if you see the results, about 46% says that they were in requirements analysis or are in requirements analysis. About 40% say that they're already doing data analysis. Some minor percentage in product management and minor percentage in testing as well, which is good. Okay. If you are not speaking, generally I will give the permission to you to speak. So you can interrupt me, ask me a question during the presentation as well. But if you're not speaking, please stay on mute. That's the only request. Otherwise, I kind of hear back the sound. Okay. That's the only request that I have for you. You can unmute yourself. And I am going to... Nicholas, have raised your hand. What happened, Nicholas?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I just wanted to clarify that my role consists of data analytics and requirements analysis, and
Both.
also, so
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's
participate.
nothing wrong. Nothing wrong if you're doing both. Very few people do both at the same time. That's why probably I created two line items, but you could do both as well. Like at Adaptive, I do both. So
Okay.
it's not that they're mutually exclusive or anything. Just that my intent was to find out from the audience what is the background that they have currently. That's what I was trying to assess. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If you're doing data analytics, it's still helpful. If you're doing requirements analysis, it's still helpful. If you're doing testing, it's still helpful. So you will get a value from the webinar, irrespective of what background you come with. Okay, so just for a quick intro, my name is Ellen Mishra. I'm one of the principal trainers and business analyst at Adaptive US. I have been performing the data analysis and business analysis role for close to 30 years now, pretty kind of long time, even before the term business analyst became very popular. So we were being called functional analyst, functional consultant, management consultant, all kinds of names we used to have before this role became prominent. And no. So today's webinar is basically how do we become a data-driven business analyst and why should we go and learn about data even if we are not doing data analytics today. Okay, so just a quick check. I believe many of you must be from US. That's a standard question I will get. So other than US, are there people from other countries as well, like Canada, Europe, maybe Africa?
From Canada.
Anybody? Oh, okay, very good. Anybody from Africa?
Jamaica.
I'm from South Africa.
South Africa, very
Yes.
good. Anybody from
Jamaica.
Europe? Europe? Nobody from
Yes,
Europe?
from Europe. Yes, Portugal.
Okay, very good. I'm glad.
Jamaica.
I think, yeah, I think there's a lot of people from Jamaica. That's interesting. Is it where Cayman Islands comes? Close by? No.
Close enough.
They're Huh? Okay,
It's close
good.
enough.
Close enough? Okay, very good. No worries. So I'm glad, and thank you for joining from different parts of the world. It's always a pleasure to meet business analysts around the world. I've been so lucky to interact probably with 10,000 plus BAs, maybe a little over 10,000 now, because in person, probably I would have trained more than 6,000. And I think other people might have consumed my webinars, books, and other things. Okay. And again, let me tell you, those who learn, those who continue to upskill themselves, they are definitely the people who will do well in the future, because the future is very volatile, it is uncertain, and it is difficult as well. So unless we prepare ourselves well, maybe we will have a tough time in the future. And I think all of you must be hearing so much noise around AI, generative AI, all kinds of AI. And I believe people, maybe from being politically correct, they may be saying that it is not going to impact many people. No, you will hear this corporate talk, but I truly do not believe in that, because I personally see, like a couple of days back, I wanted something to be done. And in the past, you probably have to take a designer's help to get it done. And with AI, I could do it in 15 seconds without taking help of any designer. And the output is pretty good. It's not bad. So AI is going to do a lot of things much faster, much quicker, at a much lower cost. So obviously, we have to find a way to stay relevant in the new world. Okay, so I believe this you might have heard sometimes, that don't put all your eggs into one basket. Who has not heard this, or who has heard this proverb? Anybody who has heard this proverb? It's a very, very common proverb that we hear, no? Hey, hi, Archana. Okay.
We heard it,
Anybody
boss.
has, yeah, you must
Yeah,
have heard this
we
thing, no?
hear it a lot in Jamaica.
Oh, you hear it a lot in Jamaica? I think it's a universal proverb. And there is a lot of wisdom in that statement. So, in fact, if you look at investments as an activity, and all of us do some investments, no? So we may be putting money into debts, equity, share market, gold, silver, all kinds of assets we invest into. And everybody will say that don't invest only in one asset. Why is it so? What's the problem if you invest too much and just into one asset? Carlos, what's the problem?
What is an asset?
Asset means where you put your money.
Right. So is it related to BA job? In
Not necessary. I'm
All right.
talking of an investment attitude or position.
Okay. Because there is always this uncertainty in life. And you
Very
may
true.
be in a situation where you may not know what to do because you have invested so much in the skill. For example, AI, business analysis impact. Previously, we used to do so many things, asking the stakeholders, gaining domain knowledge. Now, AI can provide the basic information about any process. So if you don't, so that's kind of like if you're not up to the standard, then there's always this risk of your job. So instead of focusing just on BA, you need to understand other aspects. For example, if it's a BDA, understand all the tools around it, so on and so forth.
Very
Yeah.
true. Very true. So that's what I always tell, that be multi-skilled. That way you could actually provide better value to your company. When you are multi-skilled, you obviously will find better value. I mean, the company will find better value with you, and that obviously will help you in one way. The other thing that I also want to tell you, like when we look at AI and all this noise around AI, this is one thing we all can remember, is AI has great amount of generic knowledge. So if you look at the knowledge that any AI system is built, it's like this. It's like really big sphere, if you see. So this is the AI knowledge. But this AI knowledge is built on what? From where is this AI knowledge is being built? Andras, where is this AI knowledge being built? From where AI is getting all this knowledge?
Would it be from existing information on the web as well as any information that has been inputted or provided to it?
True. So mostly it's based on public internet data. So this is basically what is AI trained on. Is this knowledge totally applicable to your business? What is the applicability of this knowledge to your specific business? High, medium, low. Hagai, how would you say? Is this knowledge completely appropriate for your business or moderate
it
or low?
may not be 100%, but generally, there are nuggets of wisdom that you'll get from that, which you can customize to suit yourself. So context. That's
True.
what I'm talking about. Context.
True. So I would give this a color which is more like yellow. That means it's useful, but not ultra useful because it doesn't understand your company very well. So if you go back and look at yourself, okay, if you look at yourself, you obviously don't have this kind of knowledge. Nobody can have this kind of knowledge. No human beings can't have this kind of knowledge. So we would have much lesser knowledge, maybe this much, okay? But what would be the appropriateness of this knowledge to our business? What would be the appropriateness of this knowledge to our business? Be very high. Because we are part of business, we understand our business very well. So if we can expand this knowledge reasonably well, we become far, far more valuable. So if somebody is not really learning about the business, about the domain that the business is in, and they are just using this data will be available at a very, very low cost to the company. The company can acquire this data or knowledge at a very low cost. So obviously, the value that we can bring is this knowledge. And this knowledge could mean our understanding of our company data, stakeholders, relationships among the stakeholders. All these things, AI would find it little hard to understand at this point in time because nobody would expose complete company data to AI. No, this is because this will get hidden or this can be misused. All kinds of possibilities exist. So companies would be very careful in exposing everything that they have to AI. Maybe in the future, we will have private AI systems as well, but they're, I think, a little bit far-fetched. I mean, they are not there yet, not so much in use, but I believe sometime in future, you will also have private AI knowledge available to the company itself. Okay, so this webinar is essentially trying to make you understand if you are a requirements analyst or you are a tester or you are a product manager, how do you go about learning about data skills? That's what I'm trying to say, and why data skills have become so much important over a period of time. That's my aim to explain. Okay. And again, there is a nice offer that I will make it to you for our next data training. If you wish to take it, you can definitely take it. Again, there is an interesting thing. If you look at between the skills like requirements analysis and data analytics skills are actually growing faster compared to requirements analysis. Why is it so? Why data skills are growing faster than requirements analysis? Makoto, what is the reason that data is growing faster than requirements?
would it be because that because there's so much data being available now and a lot of decisions are being made, that we are making our decisions based on the data and not necessarily on what is needed, or we are using the data to determine what some of our requirements actually are?
Okay. I think if you observe, like I have seen, I think there are people who are older than me in IT as well, but at least I've been here for about 30, 32 years now. And most of the data that we collected by the company, they were created by humans. Like we entered data into a system, and as human beings, we are not great at entering data. No, we are not data entry operators. So the quantum of data available to a company was very low. It wasn't very great. Second, around 20, 25 years back, something called internet came into being. With internet, the search engines came into being, one of the very big ones being Google, and they started tracking a humongous amount of data. No, so companies started publishing their data on internet, and these companies started collecting a lot of data. So the quantum of data increased dramatically. Then we had a proliferation of mobile devices that added another layer of data with respect to locations, where people travel, where do they stay. So you can get data like saying, in the morning time, where would you find most of the people? Maybe you'll find them on the road because they're going to the office. So all that data also started coming in because of the use of mobile devices. Then we also had IoT, which is Internet of Things, where machines also started providing data to the systems. And that's how the amount of data companies have today is trillion times bigger, I would say, compared to what they could get 20 or 30 years back. So obviously, data becomes a very useful resource to businesses, because you have so much data. And then another thing happened as we moved during this direction, the tools started becoming much, much cheaper. The tools, what we would have paid $20 million, say, for an expensive analytics tool in 2000, year 2000, you could get the same quality of tool by paying $5,000 a month. So see the flip on the cost side of tools. So tools have become much cheaper, storage has become much cheaper, computing has become much cheaper. So all this led to evolution of data much better. And if you see here, like many of you are in the requirements analysis space, and what we were doing as part of our requirements management activities was primarily data management. That's what we do. So we had this operations called CRUD operations. So anybody knows what is CRUD? I would believe all of you should know, at least if you're a BA. Michelle, what is CRUD?
Create, read, update, delete.
Very true. So we had these 4 fundamental data operations. And what we did during this CRUD operation was to leverage this exact data. So if I take a date like 25th February 2026, I will treat it like a single piece of data. But Manasa, if you look at it, is this a single piece of data, or there is data embedded into that data? There's so many elements of data within that data. Maria, do you see a lot of embedded data into that data? Nobody sees? I think you should, no? See,
It's
if you,
metadata.
yeah, so if I have written here, no, this means it's the
Metadata.
25th day, yeah? It is month 2, year 2026. It's a Wednesday, it's a weekday, it's Q1 of the year. So now you start seeing so many attributes being built just from one data element. Okay. So Babita, what is the advantage of creating this kind of extended data from this data? What is the benefit of doing so?
Are you asking like what is the benefit of going to the next granular level to understand?
Yes. Yes. What is the
It's like
benefit?
a digging deeper to understand more about the particular behavior or a pattern or something we can identify by
Correct.
digging. Yes.
So it will help you in much better data analysis.
Mhm.
No? So I could actually figure out, for example, do we sell more on a weekend day or a weekday? Hmm. So if we find that customers are preferring to buy things on a weekend, so should I advertise more during weekend or should I advertise more during the weekday? So if the customers are more prone to buy things on weekend, maybe as a business, it might make sense for us to advertise during weekend because that's when customers are buying our product or service, whatever. So this is what happened with the analytics tools coming into being. In the past, we actually had to split this data manually. Like we will write a SQL script or something, and then we will split this data. But today, with modern data analytics tools, all this splitting happens automatically. So one, you get a lot of dimensions about date. You get lots of dimensions about locations. So the entire world is now divided into multiple continents. Within a continent, there are multiple countries. Within a country, there are a set of states. Within a state, there are a set of cities. Within a city, there are a set of locations. And all this data is publicly available. So you don't have to build that data, and the analytics tools incorporate this information within themselves. So that actually helps them or helps you as a business person to understand your data much better. So on the right side, if you observe, I have put one graph for you, and this is the pattern that we saw. Okay, so I'll tell you something. I'll remove this line for the time being. So this is how our sales happens at Adaptive. Used to happen pretty much till last year. So if we are launching a program on 25th, most of our sales will happen on 23rd or 24th of the month. This is good or bad? Maria, is it good or bad?
I'm not sure.
Okay. As a business person, would you like to have some predictability about your sales, or would you wait for the last day to see if sales will happen or not?
Would definitely want to have some predictability there.
Very true. No. So that means it's actually, and it's a customer behavior. Why the customer is waiting till the last day? Because they understand that why should I pay early? Hmm. Because the moment you pay money, you're bound. Hmm. And you have the flexibility to pay till 25th because the program will start on 26th, for example. Hmm. So you are not losing much by waiting. But as a company, this wait is very, very difficult. We don't know. We have only 2 people in the program, and then suddenly on the last day, 8 people come. So, so this behavior is definitely something that we don't want to happen. So how do we solve this problem? Is there a way to solve this problem, or there is no way to solve this problem?
Forecast.
Forecast, it's monthly forecast is like this. Okay, one, you can rely on the past, believing that if it happened in last 6 months, it's likely to happen this month as well. But you could also create some intervention, like you introduce an early bird offer. Okay.
Or
And
subscription.
so you start doing an early bird offer. So this early bird offer will actually change the consumer behavior a little bit. So that means there will be some people who would like to take advantage of the early bird. So they will buy like this, and there will be some people who will obviously wait till the last day as well. Like think like this. Pardon my diagramming skill, but this is what will happen. Because we are seeing this data and we are taking this data into consideration, and then we implemented this early bird offer. and we started seeing a little more smoother sales behavior or customer order behavior, which is helping us quite a lot now, because now at least by mid-month, we know, okay, we can expect somewhere between 15 to 20 people by the end of the month. This was becoming a very, very challenging thing. Good. So now coming back to the data side of the story, if you want to learn data domain, there has to be something about the process. Some of you may already know because you are already doing data analytics work. And then again and again, I will come back and emphasize that domain knowledge always helps a BA. Whether you are doing requirements analysis, product management, or data management, a domain knowledge will always help. Obviously, from a data side, we will be using different kind of tools compared to requirement side. In requirement side, maybe you use Jira, Confluence, those kind of tools. Here, the tools are a little different. So we will take a quick look at these tools as well. And another piece, which is something that you use in other role as well, which is behavioral skills. And that is so very important even in data side of the story as well. So this is like your evergreen strength. Okay, so this is the steps that I generally recommend to our learners, saying if you want to learn about data, start looking at data process first, then learn about tools, then find a good mentor, find opportunities to apply your learning, and always look for an opportunity to get certified, because there are a lot of benefits of getting certified. You get recognized, and I'm actually talking to many past learners, and I see a very consistent pattern when people have been able to find a new job much faster if they got certified. Like some of them had a career break for whatever reason. Sometimes they were laid off from the current job due to uncertain economic circumstances or whatever. They have been able to come back to the job much better because they got themselves certified. And we also do a little bit of an help on job selection process that I will talk to you. Okay. Then from the data process side, I actually take reference to a guidebook. How many of you are members of IIBA? Are some of you members of IIBA already?
Yes.
Okay. Some of you are. Okay, those of you who are not a member, I would always recommend you be a member of IIBA. It's one of the best investments that you can do for yourself as a business analyst. You pay a little money. I'm not saying that it's free, but you get access to lots of good courses, a lot of good guidebooks. You also get access, you also get a discount on exam voucher. That's also a plus point of becoming a member. So in that membership model, there is something called a guide to business data analytics. That's the reference that we take. There are multiple references, of course, available around the world. It's not the only framework, but we follow this framework because we are aligned to IIBA's way of working. So the first big problem area that we look at is something called identify research questions. That means this is where you are trying to understand the business problem. Like say, for example, I'll give you a very simple case, not very simple case. Okay, so I was a consultant to a client and they had a great difficulty in estimating their work. So sometimes they'll predict the work to be 20 hours, it will turn out to be 70 hours. Okay. Sometimes they'll predict the work to be 15 hours, it'll become 5 hours. So that is something is very difficult for a company to manage because your prediction and your actuals are quite wide apart. So when this problem was given to us, we understood that this is not something that the company would like to um, work in that mode. They would like to reduce the variance to the lowest minimum possible. I'm not saying you'll become 2% accurate, like minus 2% plus 2%. It's a little hard, but could we do something to come to a much lower variance? So what we did, we basically thought about it and we said, okay, let's do one thing. Let's collect data. Okay. So we collected 100 tickets, which were solved a couple of months. And then we kind of talked to the team and we said, okay, based on your experience, Okay. What do you think could influence the effort required to solve a ticket? So we created the data, we collected the data, and then we did something called a regression analysis. That many of you might have heard this term called regression analysis. It's not a very difficult thing. You can do it using Excel itself. You don't need very sophisticated tool. So we did regression analysis on the data, and then we figured out that the primary factor which is driving the time spent on the ticket is related to the clarity on the ticket. That means if the ticket comes with good clarity about why the ticket, when does it happen, what's the impact, in which system is it happening, in that case, the developers are able to fix that ticket very quickly. But when the ticket lacks clarity and there is a lot of communication between the customer and the service provider, that's when the ticket is taking a lot longer to get fixed. Once we got that formula out, which was a mathematical formula, then we decided to create a template which will help the customer provide the necessary details from the beginning itself. And once we implemented this change, the variances from minus 75% to plus 75%, it came down to minus 20% to plus 20%. It's still a little high. I'm not saying it's the best result that you can get, but look at the past performance and look at the current performance. It's probably 3 to 4 times better. And once we got that knack that this is how we can do, so we shared this knowledge with other teams in the company, and we said, we have built a model, you can use this model, or you can refine this model as well, and then continue your work. And that's how it became an org-wide practice, which is what this data process is talking to you. Okay. So mostly data analytics processes will be geared towards two types of problems. One would be to build a dashboard, like a performance dashboard for a company. Yes. Please go ahead.
Could you show me the slide before the slide? Can you show me the slide
This one?
before this one? I just wanted to capture that slide really quick. I'm sorry. Before that one, the slide before, please.
This one, I'll close this one.
Oh, no, there was
Then
slide before this one. I'm sorry.
one second. You're looking at this one?
Yes, that's the one. Yes. One
Okay.
second.
No, it's the
Let me
same
just.
thing. I think the second image is slightly more detailed than the first image. Okay. And it's
Oh,
available
gotcha.
in the BDA guide, so don't worry. It's also a lot of people write about these domains and tasks. You should be able to get it from IIBA as well if you ask them. Or I'm not sure if I publish this image somewhere, but I can publish it, and I will share this PPT with all of you as well. So
Okay,
don't
thank
worry.
you.
Okay. Good. Then let me come to the data tools. And some of you may already be knowing, and you may be surprised that Excel continues to be an amazing tool for data analytics. So it's not that Excel is going anywhere, and a lot of people believe Excel is still a good tool, especially if you're trying to do some analysis at individual level. Quite good at it. But there are other tools which could help you a little bit more, specifically SQL. The reason I love SQL is it's not too complex to learn. Maybe you can learn SQL in 3 days' time and be reasonably good at it. I'm not saying you become an expert at Excel, but Excel does not require too much time to learn. That's one plus point about SQL compared to other programming languages. It's not exactly a programming language, but you kind of write the data analytics scripts using SQL. So if you take C++ or any other language, they are much harder to learn compared to SQL. Then the third tool that I will mention is Power BI. The reason Power BI is a great tool is because it's free for individual use. So you don't have to pay any money to anyone to start learning and leveraging Power BI. Tableau also has a public domain version. So if you want to play around with Tableau, you can do that as well. Both these tools give you a free license to learn. And those two are primarily data visualization tools. Again and again, I will come back and say, wherever possible, try to find a mentor. Maybe if you find someone at your company, it's very good. If you don't find, then you can also leverage Adaptive. We do mentor our data analytics and business analysts. So if you want to take some help from us, you are always welcome. Again, behavioral skills is something I can't less emphasize, because this is something that is going to be kind of a protection for AI-related attacks. AI is still little bit away from being a human, and as humans, we can communicate better, facilitate better, negotiate better. We can do a lot of things better today. Not sure if in 5 to 10 years' time, AI may actually become even good at that as well. So right now they can't, but maybe in future, I don't know. Okay. Then again, domain skills, as I was speaking, please spend some time in understanding your own business, your own processes, your own data, because I doubt companies will expose everything to AI at this time. And there are risks also exposing your data to AI. So many companies may still keep it in-house, and having this knowledge will give you some level of protection. Again, wherever possible, try to apply your learning. I told you Excel is something that most of you would have access to. SQL, I think there is something called MySQL, which is free, which you can download and learn. Power BI, you can download and learn. And Tableau is available on internet, but it is free to learn. So in your company, if you have data analysts, go and check them out. What are they doing? Volunteer in some projects, or you could also be open for internships. So if you find an opportunity in a company to do an internship, please do it, because that way, at least it'll kind of work as a stopgap between the time that you left your job and you get into a new job. Again, there are many certifications available from you, from IIBA. And the one which is aligned to data is something that we call CBDA. Okay, so it's a certification in business data analytics, not too technical. It's more focused on the process. So many of you would be able to find that process reasonably easy to understand. And if you see here, as per IIBA, CBDA holders tend to get 13% more salary compared to those who are non-certified. So there is a benefit of salary. Also, it kind of proves the fact that you are keen about learning this topic, and you also become part of a IIBA community where you get a lot of mentor support. There are a lot of events where you can go and meet fellow business analysts as well. I think the 2026 one is happening in Toronto. The 2025 one happened in Phoenix, which I joined. I think a couple of years back, I had joined one more in Florida. This year I'm missing, but I'm hoping that in 2027, I'll be even back at BBC, which is the flagship event for IIBA. Again, if some of you are looking at finding a new job, we also do two other activities. We help you in writing your CV, reviewing your CV, and we also kind of ask you to update your LinkedIn profile, because LinkedIn is becoming kind of the default resume database for professionals. So always keep your LinkedIn profile well maintained, updated, and wherever possible, find LinkedIn groups where you could contribute, because a lot of recruiters, managers could be looking at your participation in this group. So if they are in need of somebody and you are already active in that group, maybe they will pick you up for that role. We also do an interview selection process webinar, about a 3-hour webinar where we talk to you. We try to see how you are attempting interviews, where are you going wrong, and we make it part of our mentoring process. Quick note on what we do as a company. I think some of you may know us already. We are completely focused on the business analysis domain and largely aligned to the IIBA guidebooks. So there are multiple standards on which we do a teaching. Those of you who are requirements analysts, you could go through programs like ECBA, CCBA, or CBAP. Those of you who are in data side, CBDA is the program. If somebody is interested in product ownership, there is also a certification called CPOA. And we run these programs, the core programs once a month, sometimes more than once a month. CBDA is something that we do once a quarter. This is what we do. We try to provide you with a great quality content. And I'm truly blessed, or in a sense, that we have been able to find amazing mentors at Adaptive. Some of you may know them as well. Like if I just come back to here. So my colleague Victoria Cupet is a member of the IIBA board. I think she is currently the vice chair of IIBA board. Bindu happens to be the head of IIBA Europe. Laura and Olivia, both of them have been chapter leaders for a very long time. And Tom is our specialist on data. He is also an amazing trainer, very seasoned data analyst as well. And all our programs come with 3 guarantees, like there is a success guarantee, there is a session run guarantee, and there is money back guarantee as well. So this is what you can claim on our courses. One, you have a data skills course where we teach you SQL, Power BI, Excel, and resume prep and interview prep. On that, you get a 50% off. This is the code for that. Or if you're looking at learning the CBDA process and get certified, you get $850 off at this time. And this is the coupon code to get that offer. So maybe you can take a note of these coupons if you want to use them. Our next CBDA session and data bootcamp begins on 10th May. And we also provide you a little discount on IIBA exam vouchers, but that's only if you are our customer or learner. We don't sell the exam voucher independently because that's something IIBA doesn't like us to do. But if you become a learner, you can take benefit of exam voucher discount as well. Good. So this is what I wanted to cover with you guys today, or girls. Any question at this point in time for me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's more of a generic question. In terms
Right.
of BA skill sets, what country pays the highest for the same? I mean, keeping every other factor constant, what country can you say pays the highest for BA?
I think data side, I would believe so.
Say again?
Data skills will pay you highest.
No,
Because data is
country.
relatively new.
I meant country, not domain. I meant
Country-wise,
country.
I think US is the leading one. Next, Canada probably, then Australia. That's the order. US, Canada, Australia.
Thank you.
Okay. Babita, you raised your hand.
Yes, I just want to understand, like, so if you're in a career break, and if you got some good experience, like, as a BA, can we still do the CBAP certification? Because I have seen them asking for some reference from your manager, and also, how is that possible when we are in a career break?
How long is your break?
It's like 9+ years, close to
That
10.
will be hard for you to get CBAP.
Yeah.
Because of the break. Maybe you can look at CBDA.
Okay.
Or CPOA or agile analysis. Personally, I feel agile analysis is the easiest one to get. And it's still from IIBA. So you can leverage, say that I am an IIBA certified BA. That's what I would suggest.
Okay.
That's the easiest certificate to grab in case you have a long break.
Okay. All right. Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Any other question? Anybody else?
I just want to make a comment. I said I did use the adaptive exams package. Yeah, from CBAP many years ago, and it was very good. So just to assure people.
Did you complete the CBAP certification?
Yes, I'm CBAP certified.
Oh, very good. I'm glad. Glad to see you. I think Archana is also one of our fast learner, if I remember well. I remember her name at least. No, Archana? I believe so because that name sounds a bell in my ear. So I trust she was our fast learner as well. Thank you, Ariata, for joining us and telling about your success story. So did you see some good benefit of being a CBAP?
I think you always will be, if you do look for a job, people will always look out. But I think sometimes economy can affect it. But
Okay.
there is definitely, it's definitely, you put yourself out there, you definitely get a first choice of at least getting the interview. So there is
Oh,
benefit.
okay.
And then you have all the access to, your chapter knowledge and, just
Okay.
so
Okay.
much possibility of growth. So yeah, that's good.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Good, because I know I just had a uh, call with no, not me. I think my colleague Ananya had a call with Juliet. She was on bench. She got through CBAP, and then she found a product owner role in a small company, not so big. And I think within 6 months, she got a vice president role in Goldman Sachs. That's really an amazing career jump I have seen. Rana is asking, does CBAP certification exam is hard compared to CBAP? No. CBDA is slightly lesser. It's somewhere between ECBA and CCBA type. Like CBAP is at level 3, this is at 1.5. So it's half easy or half hard, whatever you want to tell. It's relatively easier compared to CBAP. CBAP is much harder. Hmm? Good. Any other question? Anybody else? No? Okay. I trust
Sorry,
we
one minute.
have. Yes, go ahead, please.
In light of AI being able to crunch data for you, are you seeing a life ahead for the data analytics side of life? Because you can spend all this time getting certified, and then AI just makes your makes your skill sets not necessarily irrelevant, but the businesses can do that more easily without necessarily looking for someone who is good at data crunching because AI can do it.
Yeah, so you have to become more strategic in your thoughts. Now, if we become very execution oriented, even for developers, we are seeing that. No, everybody is predicting that in another 3, 4, 5 years time, AI will write most of the code. But you have to tell what you want. No, that's something AI may not be able to tell at this point in time. So interacting with stakeholders, understanding business pain points, drafting good inputs for AI, those will require skill. But the pure crunching of numbers or pure delivery of requirements or pure delivery of code will probably go the machine way. So all of us will become actually more of reviewers in the future than being writers. Like in the past, we wrote the requirements and we reviewed the requirements. So now mostly we will expect AI to write the requirements and we will be reviewing the requirements to see those are relevant and valuable requirements. Same way for data, like making sure that the data doesn't have bias. Those kind of things AI still may not do very well. So we still have to kind of plunge into the data set and see, make sure that it's not doing something that it is not supposed to do. That is something we have to check.
So meaning your ability to perfect your soft skills
Yes.
becomes more important than
Very true.
your
Very true.
technical head, so to speak.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think your behavioral skills, business knowledge, domain knowledge will start mattering more compared to technical knowledge. That's the way the world is moving. So the importance that we give to technical knowledge for a very long time, we probably have to reduce that percentage and allocate it to other knowledge areas or other skills. Okay.
Thank you.
Good. So thank you all for joining us today. Again, as I said, it's always our pleasure to have you. All of you probably could find me on LinkedIn as well. So just go to LinkedIn, look for Ellen Mishra CBAP. You should see my profile. And if you wish to get connected, do get connected. And that will be a good platform to stay connected as well, because I do write regularly on LinkedIn. So if you message me something on LinkedIn, you're also likely to get a reply pretty quickly. So this is my profile link, and hope to stay connected with you. And I wish all of you good luck with your data analytics skill of building activities. And hopefully we will get an opportunity to meet in person as well, if we are present in some of these events. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.